Today we're going to be talking about strength training as an athlete for speed, how you should be doing it, what mistakes you're possibly making, and how you should implement it in your program. Now, the reason why as an athlete you want to focus on strength training, at least initially as a younger athlete, is you want to improve your ability to produce force. Force is a single component of what power is. Power is velocity times force. And it's also important for that athlete if they want to be fast. We need to expand that athlete's ability to produce force into the ground so they can move faster, change direction, or whatever it may be. Maybe you're throwing or pitching or whatever. Legs are where everything starts. So again, producing force is highly important as an athlete. Now, the issue we often see with this is people spend too much time in this because they think, oh, if I expand my ability to apply force, I'm going to be better with everything else. Yes and no. Now, there is a law of diminishing returns, meaning that if we constantly focus on improving that athlete's ability to produce force, think of one thing when we're doing this. We're lifting heavy weights at a slow rate. We do not move like this on the field of play. So again, this is where we lose that translation from strength training into the gym and being fast and explosive on the field of play as an athlete. So again, there's certain times of year that are ideal to really lean into strength training, expanding that athlete's ability to produce force. And we've typically found this right out of season. The best time is typically off season because during this time, the athlete's usually not competing. There's no games on the schedule. There's less practices. So that athlete can get strong, possibly get a little slower during that time because we understand that this is going to help us through our other phases of training. Now, the movement we found most effective for improving lower body strength, absolute strength, improving that athlete's ability to produce force is the back squat. A question we often get with this is at what depth should I be hitting this back squat? And honestly, it really depends on where you are in your program. If you're a newer athlete, you're probably going to receive a lot of benefits hitting that full depth because it's going to improve that muscle's ability to produce force. Okay. Now, as you're a more advanced athlete, or if you're getting closer to peaking, trying to be fast and explosive for season, then a quarter squat may be more ideal for you. Now, this is all being said if those are the positions you're in on the field of play. We always want to emulate, again, the positions we're in. So if you're a catcher that's maybe hitting a full depth throughout the game and you're working out of that position, then most likely a deeper squat is more ideal for you. But if I'm a pitcher, I'm a quarterback, or even a running back, then quarter squat to half squat is probably going to be better because it's going to allow me to produce more force, put more load on my back, and train at heavier loads than I would if I was going full depth squat. Now, also too, with that being said, we want to keep our reps low and we want to keep our reps highly focused. The intention is key here so that we get everything out of it. Like we talked about before, there's diminishing returns if we spend too much time expanding the athlete's ability to increase volume with their lifts versus increasing their absolute strength. So typically rep ranges 6 down to like 3 within that range is typically ideal. Again, if you're a younger athlete, maybe going a little higher reps, building some muscle, and then getting into those lower reps are going to be beneficial to you at the end. Now, again, like I mentioned before, strength and force is a single component of what it is to be powerful and explosive. If you want to be powerful, there needs to be a velocity factor. Now, we will be diving more into this in later videos and everything like that. But if you have any questions or want to know more, hit the questions below. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the other side.